For those who are not aware, there's just been another plane crash and it's in Indonesia. And today we're talking about Sriwijaya Air Flight 182. So yeah, it's been, I have no idea how long since the last plane crash, but for this past few years, crashes have been happening pretty frequently. This flight, Sriwijaya Air Flight 182, departed from Jakarta on its route to Pontianak in Indonesia 4 minutes after takeoff from Jakarta. According to flight radar, it said that the plane reached an altitude of nearly 11,000 feet before dropping 250 feet, and after that they lost contact with air traffic control. Now, Sriwijaya Air lost more than 10,000 feet of altitude in about a minute, in less than a minute. So let's just do that calculation, shall we? Let's say 10,000 feet, right? So in a second, they were losing about 166 feet. That is insane. Like, can you imagine falling down 166 feet per second? You know, it's just plane crashes. It's just one thing that I feel the most sad about. The flight tracking data showed that the jet plunged into a steep dive 4 minutes after takeoff. So a steep dive. It wasn't like a straight ditch. It was, if it's a steep dive, right, it's probably going down straight like this. So the plane was a Boeing 737-500 series. So yeah, it's not been a very good time for Boeing this lately. So MH370, that was a Boeing 777. MH17, that was a Boeing 777 as well. And then a couple years back, there was another Indonesian plane, which was a Boeing 737 MAX, who also crashed into the sea. And then now we have a 737-500, also a Boeing plane, crashed into the sea. So it's not been a smooth ride for Boeing these couple years. We think 2020 was already bad. Looks like we're not having a good start to this new year of 2021. And based on the news of January 10th of 2021, divers have pulled body parts, wreckage, and clothing from waters of Indonesia's capital Jakarta on Sunday. The frantic search appeared to offer no hope of finding any survivors. I mean, yeah, if you're falling at 166 feet per second and you're plunging into the water, when you're falling at that speed, it's pretty much just like a big concrete wall. If the plane crash like that and the plane is able to break apart because of the impact, I'm really hoping that the passengers felt nothing. So this was what one of the passengers' husband said. His wife just sent him a picture of their baby. 62 passengers and crew were aboard the plane. All of them were Indonesian, so there were no other nationalities. And this has to happen right when this pandemic is going on. Could this year get any worse? You see, this was what I was mentioning earlier. In October 2018, 189 people were killed when a Lion Air Boeing 737 MAX slammed into the Java Sea about 12 minutes after takeoff. So that one was 12 minutes. The current one, the Sriwijaya Air, that one was 4 minutes, which is even worse, man. Like, you just took off, your plane hasn't even reached cruising altitude, you're still going up like this. And in 2014, Air Asia plane headed from Surabaya to Singapore also crashed with 162 lives lost. Talk about this pandemic, which is already killing the aviation industry. And then for something like this to happen? So this is the sad news. Body parts found at Indonesian plane crash site. The Sriwijaya Boeing 737-500 plunged. I don't like the word plunge already. When it comes to planes, the word plunge is just no. So as of now, as I am doing this video right now, there are no reasons that have been given for the crash. So Indonesia locates black boxes after deadly plane crash. So the search team managed to recover the black box of the plane, and for those who don't know, plane black boxes, they record everything that is going on in the cockpit, or I'm not sure if anywhere else in the plane, but in the cockpit, whatever the pilot says, whatever the pilot does, whatever everything, the black box records it. So that is one thing that is always searched for after a crash. As you can see over here, 2 black boxes they sent on Saturday afternoon, referring to cockpit voice and flight data recorders that could be crucial in understanding what happened. So I guess that is all I'm going to say for this video. This is not a news channel, it's just a video that I wanted to make because plane crashes are really something that I don't like at all. I mean, it's not, I mean, obviously everyone hates it, but I've always liked planes, and ever since I was 2 years old up till now, I've wanted to be a pilot. I never got the opportunity to do so because when it was my turn to become a pilot my year, the demand was not there anymore. There were too many pilots and there were so many that didn't have jobs at the time. So part of me, I am glad as well because a lot of pilots during this pandemic. But then again, part of me, I'm also... I mean, it was my childhood dream. Ever since I was 2 years old, I've always wanted to be a pilot because also I'm surrounded with pilots. My parents were flight attendants and most of their friends are in the airline. So I was pretty much grown up with people from the airline, so I've always wanted to be a pilot. I even have pictures of me when I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old. I was wearing my uncle's pilot costume. I mean, not costume, pilot uniform, and it was pretty oversized. But so yeah, guys, like I said, this is not a news channel. It's just I wanted to do this video because I really like planes, and there was just another tragedy that happened right in the beginning of a new year. Plane crashes is something that, you know, MH17, the plane that got shot down. Yeah, that we've had friends on that plane. Yeah, okay, I think I'll end the video now, and let's hope that nothing like this happens again.